Every Muslim in America just became a felon overnight with one thing they all do that's now illegal. Due to the reckless immigration policies that Barack Obama employed before Trump got into office, cities where Muslims refugees have been allowed to invade are quickly becoming crime-ridden Sharia swamps. Lawlessness, Sharia patrols, and barbaric mutilation practices are out of control in places like Dearborn and Minneapolis, as these once all-American towns bear little resemblance to the places that hordes of Muslim migrants now call their homes. But unfortunately for these third-world country degenerates, fed-up lawmakers across America are finally realizing that drastic measures must be taken at this point to take their cities back. And now every Muslim in America has just been made a felon, after what lawmakers just decided to pass in many cities across our country. Muslims across America continue to be incessant in their goal to normalize Sharia law and have it recognized in our court systems, despite the blatant fact that Sharia law cannot coexist with the Constitution of the United States. Under Sharia law, men can stone their wives to death, raping non-Muslim women is permitted by Allah, and homosexuals and non-Muslims are routinely put to death. Limbs are chopped off for stealing. Honor killings are routinely carried out after Muslim men rape women, and the testimony of women and non-Muslims are not even considered under Sharia law. Additionally, Muslims are permitted to take non-Muslims as sex slaves, non-Muslims cannot own guns, and anyone who leaves Islam is viewed as an apostate and immediately killed, just to name a few of the beliefs held under Sharia law. One of the barbaric Sharia law practices that all Muslims follow is the mutilation of little girls, where the clitoris is completely chopped off and removed because Muslims believe that women should have no pleasure whatsoever in sex, as females exist on this planet simply for procreation and the pleasure of the disgusting and nasty Muslim men who rule them. Female genital mutilation, FGM, is the latest portion of Sharia law that Muslims are seeking to have normalized and accepted in American society, and in recent months a huge scandal emerged about two Muslim doctors in Michigan who were illegally performing this practice on a disturbing number of tiny girls. Places like Michigan is where this practice is most prevalent, and lawmakers in that state have just passed a law that will send any Muslim to prison for 15 years who are found guilty of taking part in this procedure, to include parents. Now other states are following Michigan's lead, and making Muslims instant felons overnight by making female genital mutilation a federal crime after lawmakers realized that this practice is rapidly spreading across other states. Creeping Sharia reported. Detroit, the grand jury investigation into female genital mutilation has spread to at least 3 more states as federal agents have identified new targets in the case, according to federal court records. The targets live in Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York, according to federal court records and interviews with people close to an investigation that, until now, was focused on conduct involving girls from Michigan and Minnesota. The developments are the latest in a case alleging 6 people participated in a conspiracy to cut prepubescent girls as part of a religious procedure practiced by a small sect of Shia Muslims from India, the Dawoodi Bohra. A central figure in the case is Dr. Jumana Nagrali of Northville, who was accused of mutilating girls' genitalia at the Burhani Medical Clinic in Livonia. Federal officials have identified new targets in Los Angeles, Chicago, and Minnesota, Nagrali's lawyer Shannon Smith wrote in a court filing Tuesday. She believes more people will be charged in federal court. The Detroit News has learned federal agents are investigating at least one other person in New York. One criminal defense lawyer based in New York City declined to comment about the investigation during an interview Monday. The most recent indictment in the case alleges 6 girls were mutilated, including 4 from Michigan. There is also absolutely no evidence to support the government's statement that Dr. Nagrali cut the genitals of dozens of victims, Smith wrote. When the government makes claims like it estimates that Dr. Nagrali performed female genital mutilation on at least 100 minor girls, the government is unable to support the assertion and certainly has provided no discovery to support the claim. Some members of the Dawoodi Bohra community who have spoken against the procedure said genital mutilation is performed to suppress female sexuality, reduce sexual pleasure and curb promiscuity, according to court records. Female genital mutilation has been a federal crime in the U.S. since 1996. Despite the rhetoric that Muslims continue to push about Islam being a religion of peace, it has no place in our society, and it's good to see lawmakers coming down hard on these Muslims who prove on a daily basis they have no intentions of assimilating into Western civilization. If they want to carve up their little girls and live under Sharia law, they can happily do that over in their lovely crap-covered third world countries. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.